Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me, wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. We don't have to move so fast, baby, I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, got so much time looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head is me and you. Both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension. Move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it. Mess around for the thrill of it.
Hello my friends, welcome back to A Life I Choose, the place to be to design your life so you can thrive. So this morning started beautifully and we are at Palazzo Parisio in Nashar, which I love. You have not met Aftaab before. This is my friend Aftaab. and there's Pete here too.
All the way at the edge of the bench.
Come closer. So anyway, Aftaab is a friend of ours and we actually met at Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins back in April. I sat down and Aftaab was sitting right next to me. And then we ended up doing the fire walk together, which was super cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I remember that I first met Emma when I was just going to the event. The event itself was such a big deal for me because I couldn't afford it. I didn't know how to afford it, but I did it in like 2.5 weeks. I had to save it all up. Eventually I went to the event and it was just incredible. But the thing that helped most was the people that I surround myself with. Because if you have people to push with, it just makes it so much more fun. So Emma was there to guide me, to help me. She's been to the event before. And especially when the firewalk was, it was extremely nerve-wracking. I remember that Tony Robbins was talking about getting ready for the firewalk. And everybody knew that we were going to a firewalk. It was already on the program. And eventually, when it was around 5 o'clock, we knew that at the end of the day, we're going to walk on fire. So eventually he said, all right, I hope you're ready. So now I'm going to talk about the firewalk. And everybody was kind of nervous. And he said, don't worry guys, it's going to be all fine. I did this with millions of people. All I know is that around 1% of everybody that goes over the fire gets a major injury. And it was kind of very funny. He was like, oh wait, 12,000 people. That's just 120 people. And I was like, fuck no. That means 120 people. I could be one of them.
That could be me.
Yeah. So it was extremely nerve-wracking, and eventually we trained on it, and eventually we got into deep meditations where I cried my eyes out, and eventually there were so many people that guided me, helped me, and Emma was definitely one of them. So we got into state, we walked over the fire, and it was metaphorically for me because it really showed that transformation is there any day of the week. It's there any moment that you choose to be. And since then we've been friends and we've been hanging out.
Yeah.
And eventually to come to Malta was a big experience. So yeah, that's really how we met.
Yeah, you're a natural at this.
Amazing.
You're a super natural.
Before we started this, he was like, it's gonna be all nerve-wracking.
I'm gonna be awkward, like.
You made me jealous. I'm like, damn, I gotta step my game up.
No, you're really good at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fire walk was a really bonding experience for
Yep.
us. Like
Yep.
we actually were holding hands on our
Yeah.
way to there.
Yeah, it was extremely scary. I remember that we had to walk through, and eventually he just kind of made the decision, and he said, "All right, take off your shoes and socks, and we're going to walk right now." The second he said that, I was like, "Fuck, this is it. We're going to do this." So I put it off my shoes, my socks, and we started walking. And I remember that while we were walking, and there were 12,000 people leaving the room, I remember that they had a little example format on the right of us while we were going to the fireplace. And I remember we were walking there, and I was looking to my right, and I saw this fire pit of 8 meters of coals. I was like, oh shit, no, it was literally a barbecue on fire that we saw
Yeah.
on the right of us.
Yeah.
So it got me extremely nervous. And yeah, it was extremely bonding experience, and especially on day 4 with Master Cho, it went so deep and so strong, and I felt so much love and so much presence in that moment that yeah, I'll forever take with me.
When we were doing the eye gazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. We really bonded, like, and we've become friends, and there's 9 years age difference between us.
Yeah,
Like, but we've really, you know, become close friends. We're really lucky for
Yeah.
that.
absolutely.
That
I
experience.
think you're both old souls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You both have a lot of depth to you, so how you bonded. Nothing to do
Yeah.
with age.
We went together for the fire walk. So for those of you who have never heard of this before, like what is Unleash the Power Within, we actually made a video about our experience there, so I'll link it down below. So basically on the first night, like Aftaab was saying, there are these fire pits, like these like long kind of like rectangles of burning hot coals, and you walk on them barefoot. But yeah, Tony trains you. You spend like a few hours just training, visualizing how you want it to be, what's your outcome, what's your purpose, like how you're gonna get through it. And you went with us though when you did the fire.
I had another
the fire
partner.
walk. Yeah.
So, no, but it's a very similar experience as well.
yeah,
Although for me it was a bit more like kind of like getting my head ready. So I was pumping myself up, like so.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was nervous, but I was like actually enjoying pumping myself up a lot.
yeah.
And it's quite crazy taking that decision and going for it, and then my mind was just going, oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that, like, I do see a lot of people that don't really understand why we're talking so much about Tony Robbins or talking so much about the experience that we had there. Or some people might be confused about, hey, what is this all about with this channel? What is it all about with the company that Emma is starting? And I really noticed it yesterday when we were on the boat. We had a beautiful boat ride through Malta,
Yeah.
which was extremely beautiful. And
And
Emma's,
Demetrius was with us, so I'll put a picture here so you know who Demetrius is, because Demetrius left in the middle of the night last night, so you didn't get to meet him, but he's another guy we met at UPW.
yeah.
Continue.
And well, we were on the boat cruise, and eventually Emma's dad is very open-minded, extremely open-minded. I was really fascinated by it. He's over 60 years old, but he was so open-minded, and he was talking a lot about, okay, so what kind of a strategy can I take home? I don't really care about making more money or that type of stuff, but what can I learn there? And eventually something really clicked to me, and it was like, well, why doesn't Tony Robbins really teach at the basic level at least about business experience, or how to actually build your relationships, or how to actually build whatsoever? It always starts from a belief point, and I really was interested in that from the first day, because I expected to learn about how to make more money. I expected to learn more about how I might going to create my relationships better. But eventually I read in one of his books, Unlimited Power, he said, well, the birth of excellence starts with knowing that every belief is a choice. And the beliefs that you actually grow and the beliefs that you hinder and get rid of will actually shape you in your life. So eventually when we were going through the seminar, of course we had day 4 with the health reason, but it was more that you took control about your own beliefs. You choose the beliefs that you want to have. You choose the beliefs about your relationships. You choose to believe if it's the beginning or the end. You choose to believe whether you're old or you're young. And
Absolutely.
those beliefs will eventually shape your life. And when you have the right belief system, you eventually get everywhere. You don't model Steve Jobs from his strategies. If you model his strategies, you just build another Apple. If you model the strategies of Bill Gates, you just build another Microsoft. If you study the strategies of Phil Knight, you just build another Nike. But what you really want to adopt and model is their belief. What's the belief that they have that they keep going? What's the belief that they have that they actually keep growing?
That they're resilient no matter what.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was it, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you were saying that on the boat, like this kind of hit you yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now it's just a part of getting rid of certain beliefs and cultivating new beliefs. And that's really what's been the goal. What is the goal?
Yeah. So you'll probably come to our workshop now in January, you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If there's anything that I've learned after like 3 or 4 years of going to seminars, of course Tony Robbins was the biggest one, but if it comes to personal development, there should not be a price tag about your personal development. There should not be a limit to what you want to grow, what you want to learn, what you want to give. And if it's such a small ticket or such a small price, it's almost a waste to not go there. You're actually having a big FOMO or whatever, what Emma always says, by not actually going there. I think it's just a steal to go for that type of price range, to even go for any price range. I think growth is everything there.
Yeah.
So I'll actually be there. Yeah.
So you'll meet Aftaab when you come to our workshop in January, the New Year Evolution workshop that we did last January, and we'll do it again. So yeah, no, it's been amazing having you here. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was incredible.
Yeah. And maybe we'll go back again in April. We'll see. But we're gonna keep doing personal growth. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Well, that's it.
So anyway, we're gonna spend the rest of the day. Well, Aftaab's leaving soon, so it's like literally your last few hours here. And it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Birthday week. It's been his birthday week.
We've been celebrating.
It's a good excuse, birthday week, so it's a good excuse to celebrate.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see you later. Peace. Okay, we're back home, and Aftaab is on his flight, or almost on his flight, and he gave us a gift before he left and said, like, open it when I'm gone. So I thought that it might be nice to vlog it, and that way he can see us opening it. So I'm about to open it. There's Pete behind the camera.
Hey.
Oh, it's super cute. It's a fish.
Oh wow.
It's a fish. It's from Mdina Glass, and we had been looking at them the other day. They're super cute.
And it's funny because he told me he was looking for something for his mom and his sister or something.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, you know, if I'm buying for Emma, for sure I would go for blue, like, because I know her family likes blue.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I prefer red. I'm gonna get red, like.
That's nice.
So
I like
there's a
that.
bit of him in the color choice as well.
Exactly. And
It's quite an awesome fish, actually.
It's really cool. Really cool. Those little puckaloops. Thank you, Aftaab. I love it. It's really nice. And it was so much fun having Aftaab and Dimi here. Like, we had such a blast. It was good. Really good. It was really nice to, like, be with people who, you know, we met at UPW, so we, like, remembered, you know, our goals, and we, you know, we had all these kinds of conversations. It was great. It was really nice. So anyway, I've just been getting our flat back in order, like, you know, it was sort of disheveled. Okay, so Pete's going to be playing it for the rest of the afternoon. Anyway, so we're kind of getting the place back in order. I think we're going to take a nap, eh?
I'm tired.
I'm tired. So, like, maybe we'll take a nap, do some reading. We bought some new books. Well, at the moment, I'm reading this. I'm reading A Monk's Guide to Happiness, which I'll tell you a bit about it later. But then I also bought Grit. And what did you buy, Smooch?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Kawasaki.
Yeah. So we have new books to tell you all about. Cool. So we'll catch you later. Yo. So it's like 9 p.m. What's the time? It's like 8:30. 8:42. And Pete and I pretty much spent the afternoon just working. Like, hey.
Working and chilling.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to take a nap. We lay down, but did you nap?
I napped. You napped too, fool.
No, I didn't. I didn't nap at all.
You napped.
No, I
Passed out
didn't.
next to me. She didn't. You totally did. And then you woke up.
Ah, yes.
Oh yes.
I did nap a little bit.
She did nap a little bit.
I read and then I napped a little bit and then I woke up with Tommy.
Yeah.
I think it's because we ate so much rubbish this week. So yeah, we've just been working, preparing like titles and descriptions and stuff for YouTube videos, answering client emails, messages, and now we're gonna make a very like basic dinner because my tummy was a little bit iffy. We ate stuff like gluten-free pizza this week, and I mean, it wasn't all bad. I had like gluten-free pizza, I had ice cream as well. I think those were the things that were like out of my usual diet, and I had a little bit more alcohol than usual, and that was because we were celebrating Aftaab's birth week. Aftaab's birthday is actually tomorrow, 1st of September, and so Aftaab and the boys were just like, let's eat and drink what we want, and I was a bit like, ugh. I didn't like eat and drink, like I didn't go nuts, but I just kind of relaxed a bit. But yeah, I am sensitive to this stuff. I don't like to eat shit. Does not make me feel good. So yeah, my tummy was a little bit like ugh today, and so I'm making like a simple dinner that like will be like easy to digest and is good for us. So it's gonna be a tag team. I have chopped up red pepper, green pepper and orange pepper. I'm gonna chop up an onion, and then Pete will stir fry it. And Pete, you want to have this with noodles? You wanna have this with noodles? Gluten-free, brown rice, white noodles.
Ugh.
No?
It's a noodle with a Chinese accent.
Ah, noodle. Shall we do this?
Yes.
Are we doing this?
We've been here too long. I can't breathe, I can't take it slow. We're far away from home, but I can't wait to get you under my skin and right back to where we've been. Ooh, nah, nah. Give me a sign and tell me when to begin. Cause every time we leave I'm longing back to the place where the lights go down. Just you and I leaving out the rest. Oh, so that I need is you in
Hey
my
guys.
bed. Give me a sign.
So my chef friend Jamie Oliver told me to use coconut oil whenever you're doing a stir fry and to put it very, very hot. And the idea is to maybe cook stuff for like 3 minutes tops. So I'm gonna try and go for it.
Let me know now. Let me know now.
I don't know if Emma showed you the stuff she prepared. So we have some peppers here, pre-cut, and some onions, and then chili and ginger, and that's pretty much it. And we also have our noodles here, waiting to be thrown into the mix. So normally what they say is whenever you think the pot is, well, the wok is hot enough, heat it a bit more.
Place where the lights go down. Just you and I leaving out the rest. Oh, so that I need is you in my bed. Give me a sign more than in your head. Lonely together at its best. Oh, let me know now. Let me know now, now, now. Give me a sign. Let me know now, now, now. Let me know now. Let me know now, now, now. Give me a sign. Let me know now, now, now.
And that's how it's supposed to look by the end of it. So now it's time to eat. Time to eat them. Hey yeah, lick Midwest. Hey yeah. Time to chow down. Start eating.
Merci beaucoup. Very good. Thumbs up.
Let me know now, now, now. Let me know now.
Hello again. So it is Sunday evening and we've had a really nice day. Like, I've had a really nice day, as in Sunday morning was super chilled, super lazy. I spent 4 hours in my pajamas reading. What better way to start a Sunday morning when you're an introverted nerd? Huh? Nerd. You slept. Hey, for quite a bit of it.
Because I'm an extroverted nerd.
And I read and I really enjoyed it. Then what happened? Oh my godding.
The traffic.
There's a lot of traffic and we're on our way to date night. We're gonna watch a movie and I don't know what movie we're gonna watch. It's a surprise for me and I'm running out of battery, so I'm just gonna change it. RB. And we're back. So we went to, what did we do? Had a nice lazy morning, got dressed, went to see our grandmothers. Then we came home and spent some time together, which was very nice. And then we worked. We caught up on work, which was necessary and nice. Necessary and enjoyable. So yes, now we're on our way to watch a movie and I don't know if we're gonna make it because there's loads of traffic and loads of closed roads. We're gonna make it. Yeah, well, you bought the tickets already. I'm about to close this vlog, but I promised to tell you about the book that I'm reading. So the book that I'm reading is called A Monk's Guide to Happiness, and it's written by this guy who used to live in New York City. He was 21 years old and he was living a life that most people, maybe not most, but a lot of people lead, which is sort of very stressful, go, and he was also partying very hard. So he was doing drugs and he was drinking a lot, and he ended up getting these, one, he ended up very unwell, and two, he kept getting these like anxiety attacks where he'd feel as though he was having a heart attack. And he was instructed by doctors to actually like take a break, and I think he moved in with his mom for a while and she took care of him. And then a friend of his like invited him to this year-long retreat where in Scotland where he could live as a monk for a year, and his gut told him go. So he went and he did this year-long retreat where he learned how to meditate. He found it torturous. At this retreat, like, you have no mobile phones, you're cut off from the world. And then he thought that he would just stay the year and be done with it, but then after the year he decided to stay longer. He started doing silent meditations. He actually was alone, like he did a solitary meditation for 9 months straight, solitary. So he spent the time, I think he could read, so it's not like a silent meditation when you do those 10 days Vipassana meditations where you can't like read and you can't write. He could do that, but he was alone for 9 whole months. And he ended up staying at this retreat for 4 years. I don't want to give you the whole story, but basically, like, I find this story really intriguing. You're like, you just gave me a look like you're telling the whole story. Hey, I'm telling the whole story.
Hashtag spoiler alert. It's a good book.
Okay, anyway, so he ended up staying at the retreat. Listen, I heard this story on the podcast and that's why I bought the book, so I knew this. So maybe it's not a spoiler alert. Anyway, he spent 4 years at this retreat, and when he emerged from the retreat, like, all this new stuff had happened to the world. There were iPhones, there was Facebook, Barack Obama became president, so all of these changes happened. And anyway, and he came back and he sort of described the world as having gone through, had become like, he described it like a zombie apocalypse because everyone was like addicted to their phones. And he felt this massive calling to teach meditation because meditation had really helped him to return to himself, to understand himself, to gain control over his thoughts and his emotions. Not to the point that you don't feel or you don't think freely, but to have choice. Basically, he just super practiced mindfulness. So the book is interesting, his story is interesting. That's what I'm finding the most interesting. When it comes to the meditation stuff, this is stuff that I've been practicing for the past 7 years. So it's interesting, but it's not new to me. But
as an introduction to meditation, I think it's a really, really good book. So if you haven't tried meditation and you would like to understand how it works, it's a really good starting point. And also the story is just very, very interesting in itself. I bought the book because there's a chapter about compassion and there's a chapter about forgiveness, and those are two subjects that I find very, very interesting. I love learning about compassion. Compassion is very easy to have for people you like, more difficult to have for people you dislike, and it's just such an important practice, especially with regards to forgiveness. And you know, forgiveness is actually freeing yourself from carrying the burden of anger, and which makes us sick when we carry it for too long. So I just find the whole process just very, very interesting, and I like to learn more and more about it. So I read about forgiveness and compassion quite often, so I wanted to learn more. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that book. If you decide to give it a read, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you'll be notified of when we upload new videos. Nicola and I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and we're sending you lots of love and joy and peace. Mwah.
An awesome 3 days. How long before they have the next video?
3 or 4 days. Have an awesome 3 or 4 days. Ciao. Peace.